On camera, Hezbollah carries out a deadly anti-tank missile attack, killing an Israeli in Misgav Am near the Lebanese border. It is no longer just the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, as Hezbollah has also intensified pressure on Israel during the war. The same day southern Israel was reeling from Iranian missile strikes on Dimona and Orod, Israel's northern front also came under fire from Lebanon. Is Israel now effectively defenseless after failed interceptions in both south and north of the country amid Iran war? A man was killed on March 22 in Misgav Am after suspected anti-tank missile attacks struck the northern border community near Lebanon, according to first responders and Israeli media. Magen David Adams said 2 vehicles caught fire in the incident and that rescue teams recovered a man's body from one of the burning vehicles. The IDF is investigating the apparent Hezbollah attack from Lebanon, according to the Times of Israel's reporting on the incident. The Israeli military also confirmed that it had identified the attack as originating from Lebanon, the Times of Israel reported. IDF said, and I quote, "There is damage, and there are casualties. The incident is under investigation." Unquote. Yet reported that the man was pronounced dead after MDA crews extracted him from the burning vehicle. The same report said no air raid sirens had sounded in the area before the attack, raising questions about warning time and detection. When rescue teams reached the site, an alert warning of additional fire from Lebanon was activated, according to the report. MDA said, and I quote, "During firefighting operations, we identified a man in the driver's seat. He had no signs of life, and we were forced to pronounce him dead." Unquote. A day earlier, Hezbollah had claimed a rocket salvo against Misgav Am, showing that the area had already been under threat before the fatal strike. Hezbollah said, and I quote, "In defense of Lebanon and its people, the Mujahideen of the Islamic Resistance targeted, at 8 o'clock on Sunday, March 22, 2026, a gathering of soldiers from the Israeli enemy army in the settlement of Misgav Am with a rocket salvo." Unquote. Meanwhile, Iran launched a massive missile attack on Israel on March 21, with impacts reported in several southern cities. Iranian missiles made direct impacts in Dimona and Orod, both in southern Israel, after interception attempts failed. More than 150 people were injured in the Iranian strikes, including 11 seriously, according to casualty figures reported by the Times of Israel. A missile directly struck a building, rescue services said, causing major damage in residential areas. Israeli reporting said the Iranian missile fire was apparently aimed at the nuclear research facility near Dimona. Iranian state media framed the strike as retaliation after the latest attack on the Natanz nuclear site, although Israel denied involvement in that earlier strike. Israel later said it was investigating the failure to intercept the missiles in Orod and Dimona, with both the Air Force and Home Front Command probing what went wrong. IDF Chief of Staff Eyal Zami also warned Europe after the reported Iranian missile launch toward Diego Garcia, arguing the threat now extends far beyond Israel. Zami said Berlin, Paris, and Rome were all within direct Iranian range if the Diego Garcia launch reflected a genuine 4,000 km strike capability.
Citizens of Israel, we are concluding the 3rd week of Operation Lion's Roar. I, together with all IDF commanders, feel every day the weight of responsibility on our shoulders and the price you pay in the home front with courage and patience. Unfortunately, we are also experiencing painful civilian losses from missile attacks. Our hearts go out to the deceased, the injured, and their families. The resilience you demonstrate is a critical component of our national strength. Without your steadfast support, our fighters could not operate with such power and determination. The tactical achievements we have made over the past week have already been noted by many in the region. We have conveyed to Egypt an assessment and admiration for Israel's defensive, offensive, and unique intelligence capabilities. They fully understand the scale of the threat and have asked us to focus on eliminating it. The extensive damage we have inflicted on the Iranian regime over the past 3 weeks is beginning to accumulate into a systematic, strategic, military, economic, and governmental achievement. As a result, the regime of evil is weaker. Iran is more exposed and without a significant defensive capability. The regime's leaders, who developed these capabilities with the aim of destroying us, are struck and confused. I wish to thank our partners in the United States military. I am in close, daily contact with them as part of the battle's intensity. The trust between us is high. We share a common target bank, and our military plans are coordinated and synchronized. This strategic partnership with our ally is a point of enormous and unprecedented strength in this campaign. There is a shared interest and commitment to removing the existential threat to Israel, the United States, and the entire region. Just yesterday, Iran launched a two-stage land-based ballistic missile, with a range of 4,000 kilometers, towards a target on Diego Garcia. These missiles were not intended to strike Israel. Their range reaches European capitals, Berlin, Paris, and Rome, all within direct threat range. We have learned from global and Jewish history that denying a threat or appeasing it does not eliminate it. On the contrary, it projects weakness and encourages extremist regimes. Those who fail to address a threat early will face it later, at their own peril. Holding lethal strategic capabilities in the hands of radical dictatorial regimes is a danger not only to Israel, but to the United States and the world it leads. Its vast military defends the entire free world. Alongside our powerful campaign against Iran, we are also conducting determined operations along our northern border. I visited Metula and Kiryat Shmona this morning. I met with local leaders and listened to the challenges they face. Today, I approved Northern Command's plans for continued operations. I met with division and brigade commanders. We are all determined to fundamentally change the security reality on the northern border. No more containment, there is initiative. There is aggression. Our forces will act as a shield between the enemy and the communities, and any target that poses a threat will be eliminated. Our operations in Iran are weakening Hezbollah. Hezbollah acts in service of Iran, destroying Lebanon and dragging it into war. The current campaign will advance our strategic goal of dismantling Hezbollah's arsenal. Dear citizens of Israel, we are midway through this effort, but the direction is clear. In about a week, at Passover, the Festival of Freedom, we will continue to fight for our freedom and our future. I met this week with one of our squadron commanders returning from a mission over Iran. He told me that his mother expressed a concern and wished for the war to end. What could be more motherly than that? He replied that if she truly cares for him and his children, it is better for the campaign to continue until we complete the mission for the sake of our future and that of the generations to come. This spirit of mothers and fathers exists in countless homes of service members and their families on the front lines, protecting the home with deep care. You, too, are heroes of Lion's Roar. The IDF continues its broad operational efforts with determination and responsibility. We will lead to victory.